Hi, this is Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. This is a general reading for whoever needs to hear this. I was guided to do this message, so we're just going to begin now. So, what message needs to come through right now? What message do we need to deliver? What's the message we need to deliver? So you said we're going to take those two as well. So we'll look at that in a moment. The first card is the soulmate card. And that is, yes, this is your soulmate. And then the next card is the chemistry card. There is a strong magnetic connection here. So I feel like those two go together. And then we're going to take the next two together, which is the deception card. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. And pay attention to the red flags. So I feel like we have two separate messages here. So we will pull a few tarot for each one and go from there. So for the energy of soulmate and chemistry, clarification on the message of soulmate and chemistry. And the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands, which is wish fulfillment. And so we didn't look at the bottom of the deck of the Romance Angels, which is the reconciliation card. So she wants me to put that up here at the top in the middle. So that is the the underlying energy is there is reconciliation. We get the card soulmate and chemistry, and the cards to clarify that are the Five of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like maybe there has been a little bit of quiet time, clearly with the reconciliation card, a little bit of separation. Each person kind of working on their own thing. Sometimes that Five of Wands for me in this particular deck is, everybody kind of working on their own individual piece of the, overall to get to the overall goal. So I feel like maybe, you've both been working on your path. I feel like that's past energy. Present energy is the Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords, which is, that wishing energy for that other person, and maybe dreaming of them or, having confusion of, why is there the separation? The Nine of Swords is, the nine is the end of the cycle. And for me, that's the eight birds there are, can be like the Eight of Swords. And then, for me, Celia's that little white bird up there in the top, giving me guidance. And I feel like you're getting guidance in the middle of the night. Maybe you're getting communication in the 5D, even though there's separation in the 3D. So just know that, because I feel like this person is like, sending those messages out, as you're feeling, and I feel like as, because her hand's up here, as you're feeling from your heart space and sending that energy, that can be sent to them. And if they're in this dark night of the soul, that energy can help them. So please continue to send them some love. And then for the future energy, I see the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that finishes, gets to the finish line. So, and the Four of Pentacles is, sometimes about holding on to the past. So, sometimes it's good to hold on to some things, and sometimes we have to let go. Because you see through here, he's, there's pentacles all the way in the path. So he has had to let some stuff go. So I feel like this is what's upcoming on the journey. Letting go what is no longer needed for you to make room for, what's better trying to come in for you, which I feel like is, this reconciliation of the soulmate. Seems like there's a lot of chemistry there. So that is for the first part of the message, and then we will move on to the second part of the message, which is the card of deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, and pay attention to the red flags. So clarification for the second part of the reading. Clarification for the second message. And so you says, overall in that first message, there is that wish fulfillment, of that Three of Wands and that reconciliation card. But for the second message, we get the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. With this, I feel like be careful if somebody, when they come back, offers you, too much too quickly. If you feel like it's too good to be true, sometimes, they come back in and things feel really, really good. And then it's kind of like a dip in, dip out energy, because this is kind of like a flip-floppish energy to me, going from that Page to the King back and forth. So just beware of anybody with, that if there's any red flags, if you're concerned about something, ask. It's better to find out up front about certain things than to wait. So if somebody says I have a codependency, go ahead and say, hey, what is that codependency? Are you, doing anything to work on that? And ask those tough questions, because truly, if you want to, in the long run, make something work, you're going to have to really be open and honest. So I feel like this person coming in is, there's a lot of chemistry there. I feel like it is someone from your past, but I feel like if they come back and they offer too much too quickly, you just have to be cautious. Have boundaries. There's the Ten of Pentacles and there's the Three Wands, which I feel like can be, a lot of, wands are about action. But I also feel that there could, with that, the Three Wands, so you're saying, Wands card, it could be, I feel like they're coming out of their dark night of their soul, and maybe they're going to come out and they're going to tell you about it. Yeah. For another group of you, I think that's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to come back and tell you about the transformation they've went through, let you know about their dark night of their soul, and what they have learned about your value and what is important to them now. So yes, I feel like Celia's saying that's definitely, a big part of the message for, someone that's going to come back. They're going to tell you about what's gone on in the time that you've been separated, but you're going to have to decide if you're going to hold on to your baggage of your past, or if you're going to let it go, because it looks like, that female's holding on to that energy, and that masculine's kind of, walking on, still working on the path. So he's letting go of those things. So I feel like feminine, it's asking you to do the same, or vice versa. It's just about, you have to continue to, do that work of healing, to, let go of the things that are no longer serving you, the things that are holding you back. So, and in this energy, that can be what really holds this whole thing back. If you're not willing to, be open and vulnerable, that can really slow that whole, really block that heart chakra and make you be wearing a false mask if you're not truly open and 100% vulnerable. So I feel like it's asking you, to, make sure you're doing the healing work. The masculine is working on that healing energy. And that's balancing that masculine, feminine energy also within yourself. That is so important as well. So he wants me to get a card for guidance. So we will. Guidance is Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, and the Akashic Records. I just gave somebody a recommendation about the Akashic Records today. And then the card of balance, centered energy and self-care. So make sure, and Archangel Phanuel on the bottom, hope, optimism, and a new beginning. So I feel like the archangels are around at this time. Call them in for some help, and make sure you're doing some self-care. Because as you do that self-care and healing, and you're more balanced, that makes you also look more attractive, to that other person, to make sure you're coming really from your heart space. So I see that it looks like reconciliation is at hand. I didn't know the name of the video, but it looks like that will be it. So it does look like wish fulfillment. So enjoy. Have a great day.